Hey there guys, it is me Josh with Impact Home Team, and I am going to share with you today how we hire VAs to work on our team and how we hire them efficiently. Now I see a lot of people out there asking for tips on hiring VAs, and we've had this process in place for the past 2 years almost, and it is a lot more efficient than going out and trying to ask your friends if they know a VA. So here I'm going to show you exactly how we do it, and we will go a little bit deeper if you get some value from this video. So the first site that we go to is onlinejobs.ph. onlinejobs.ph. So it looks just like this when you log in. And so then I scroll down, and here are the jobs that I am actively looking for, and here's some jobs that I've had in the past. And as you can see, I've had pretty good success rate. So for one of my last jobs, I had 59 applicants. And usually about 80% of those come in the first 24 hours. And so, the key here is to get your posting in front of a lot of applicants. So let's dive in a little bit and show you how we do it. So I'm going to show you the job post that I just put up this morning, the one with no applicants, and I will walk you through some of the steps. So right here, the most important thing obviously is your ad. So you can see about how long mine is here. And let me go through with you real quick the format that we use. So up front, you have to have a hook. You have to make the person want to read on, and you have to catch their attention because your goal here is to get lots of eyes. And the way these job boards work, much like Facebook or a lot of other algorithms, when your ad is catching a disproportionate amount of interest, meaning a lot of people are clicking on it rather than scrolling by, when that happens, it's going to keep it at the top. It's going to keep it in front of other people, and in this case, it's going to give it more eyeballs on people who are likely to apply for your job, and in this case, in the Philippines. So we want to put a hook right here at the very top. And so if you notice, I'm talking very little about the job or anything like that, but what I'm doing is very clearly saying what the status for, seeking our next team member, very briefly saying who we are and more specifically what we're doing, and then here's the hook that I'm using. This is all about mindset, and this is the most important thing. Mindset and attitude for us in our company are the most important things that we are looking for in our team members. So we can teach skills, but we're looking for mindset and attitude up here. And so here's what I have. Are you looking for something other than just another job? Are you ready for massive personal and professional growth? Are you inspired by people like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, or Gary Vee? So guys, if you haven't heard of Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, or Gary Vee, I'm not exactly sure how you found me either, to be quite honest. These are a lot of guys that I look up to, and the people that I want to model myself after. So I'm trying to model my team after them as well. And so if people are other people, or their eyes are getting caught by these names too, and so I'm harnessing the power of that for my ad. So, very briefly, there's our introduction right there, and then we're going to dive in a little bit more about the person. So this is about the specific job right here, and then as we go down, we're diving into more of the specific skills. But as you can, kind of see here, our ad structure is probably a little bit backwards than what you've seen before. I see many other ads, and they are asking for all these granular details, all of these granular details right up top. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think that is going to bore the heck out of most people, and they're just going to scroll on. Because sure, these are the things that they're probably going to end up doing, but these are not the sexy things. These are not the things that give people enthusiasm. These are not the things that attract a lot of the people that you want to your team or to your application, right? So you want to attract as many eyeballs as possible. And so I'll scroll down one more time just so you can see my entire ad. It's nothing really, all that phenomenal. But what I do is put exactly what we are looking for, so it is no secret. And then I test the subject line and put it out there. So after these granular skills right here, the last part that we put, this is really, really important, is that to apply, you give them a very clear process. So you want to tell them exactly what to do. Because this right here is a hoop that we're making them jump through. And if we get 100 applicants, I expect about 15 to 20 people to actually follow this first step. It's not going to be more than that. Some people are going to say they don't have email. Some people are going to say I wrote the email wrong. People are going to have different excuses, but that's what you want. You want to weed out most people with something very, very simple, because if they can't follow instructions on a job application when they want this job the most, they're never going to work hard for you. They're never going to do exactly what you want them to do. So one hoop right here, right? Then the second one is, tell me what your income requirements are and why you're worth that salary. So I want them to describe. People typically tend to give you, a little bit of the real picture here. They'll say, I want, $5 or $6 or $10 an hour, but I'm willing to accept whatever. And then if you send both, you'll be given the next step. So they have two things to send an email to a specific email address with a specific subject line. So if they can follow these instructions, they automatically are qualified for the next step. And for me, that next step will be something like something related to the job. So they've shown they can read through, they can email back, apply as I ask, and then the next step will be something specific to this job position, which I'm going to be using them for marketing on social media channels and also real estate related channels. So I'll have something very basic, maybe ask them to design an ad, put up a few pictures with a basic description about a property that we have. So there you go. That's how we do the ads. This is our basic ad. This is how we structure it. And then this is what we ask from them at the bottom to further qualify them. So again, just to recap, flip this structure of your ad. Make sure up top you have a hook here. Make sure that you have a reason for that person to read on, just like a good subject line in an email. You could have a great email, but if you have a really boring subject line, no one's going to open it and see it. So the same concept here, you want them to read on. Tell them a little bit about yourself and then specifically what you're looking for, and then you want to have an ask at the end, a very specific ask that if they do, you will give them the next step. So that's our basic ad right there. Past this ad, what I'm going to do is take this same exact message that we were looking at, and then I'm going to test the subject or the job title right here. So what I'm actually going to do is copy this exact same thing and I'm going to post a job. And I'm going to make the ad completely different. Or I'm going to make the title, I'm going to make the job title completely different. So this is US Real Estate Marketing US Real Estate Marketing Coordinator. And so in this one, I'm going to put here something like Transaction Coordinator. How about Social Media Manager / Transaction Coordinator. So I'm going to make it something completely different, test a few different aspects. And then we're going to click post. So go back to account. And so I have these two ads right here are the same exact ad like we just saw. And now what we're going to do is measure the applicants. So one of these is going to be a complete dud, most likely in the next 48 hours. And then we will take that one down and copy into a third job posting with a new title. So this is how I'm attracting a lot of different eyes on my ads. This is how we are generally finding and narrowing down the people that we want to speak with. We're attracting them to us. And then rather than talking with 100 or 200 people, we'll most likely have 10 to 20 applicants for each ad. And then from those 10 to 20, I would expect that maybe 4 to 8 will complete what we ask. And out of those 4 to 8, we'll probably really like 1 or 2 or maybe even 3. And those 1 or 2 or 3, then we'll ask to sit down with a Skype interview. And most likely we'll have someone that we will start on a trial period past that. So after our ad, we interview them, see what kind of work they do, and then we put them on a trial or a training period. So we don't feel obligated to hire them right off the bat. It makes it much less of a transition if they just move into a training period. So that's the basic structure of how I hire our virtual assistant team. We use specifically onlinejobs.ph. I found that it's a very good, very well viewed classifieds board over in the Philippines. I've gotten a wide range of applicants, generally been able to find who I'm looking for, and mostly in the $3 to $4 starting range. I like to test people and see if they'll work for that over there, because I know it's pretty much the going rate. And then, once they prove their worth, once they found out that we like working with each other, I definitely bump that up. And most of my guys are around $4.50 to $5 an hour, especially if they've been with us for more than a few months. So anyway, that's generally how we're hiring. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love if you post in the comments below. But let me know. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day. Happy hiring.